Hello and welcome to another video. You might be wondering that this is the actual Google, but it's not. I created it using HTML and CSS. And you can see, first, if we go through the header, you can see the image, profile image, buttons, and also if we go to the footer as well, 3 options here and 4 options on the left. Then there is Google search option. I am feeling lucky. Basically the images used. And one thing I'll be showing you guys, I only use HTML and CSS and it's working as well. I'll show you how it works. If I type Facebook like this and press enter, it will send me to the Facebook page. Basically I created it using HTML and CSS, and I will show you how I linked it with this original Google. I will show you in the video. Let's start off by making the nav bar inside my index.html and creating the unordered list. Inside the unordered list, I will be using the list, and inside the list I will giving an anchor tag, and I will basically give it a dummy href, and I will type Google image search. I will simply copy it and paste it again, and let's change the Google image to Google advanced search like this. I will create a Google clone, you can say, and it will be working as well. Now I've used creating another anchor of href and giving it a dummy. Now image of source, I will give the images in the description below. You can download them from there. I will also add the code of this project in the description as well. Now paste it. Now let's copy the anchor tag, paste it below, and just change the image to user.png. Now I have got both of my images, which will be on top right. Now taking another image of Google logo basically and giving an ID of logo. Now let's copy it again. I need another image will be of mic. I'm pasting it 3 times. Now search icon, and the last one will be mic icon. And changing the ID to mic and changing the other ID to search icon. Now I will also add and give an anchor tag on ID apps and with another ID of ID user. Now I have got all my images, and I need to create my form. Now basically what this will do is, you can see that form action, and I'm providing Google search here. So whatever we type in the Google search, it will go to this link and we will search it. I will show you how it works. Taking an input type of text, name should be Q, ID should be search box, and placeholder should be search Google or type a URL, creating similar to what Google shows. Now input of type submit, value should be Google search, and ID should be search button. Now I will create another input of type submit, name should be button I, value should be I am feeling lucky, basically what Google shows, basically the 2 buttons, and ID, give it an ID of lucky search button. Now you would see at the bottom how I'm getting these 2. I'll design everything once I'm done. Now let's create the footer. Footer will have firstly USA. Now we will need 2 footers basically, and I'm giving it a span of class line. After line, I will create unordered list of ID, unordered list 1. Basically I'll create 2 unordered list, one on the right and one on the bottom left, and creating li, basically anchor tag of empty, and copy and paste it. Now give them, first one is about, second should be advertising, third should be business, and fourth should be how search works. I will need another unordered list, give it an ID of ul2. Now creating the list with an empty href. First one will be setting, copy it and paste it 2 times again, and change the setting to terms and policies or privacy. Now I am done with my HTML. Basically, I will simply go and try to move to my style.css. I will first give it a padding of 0 and a margin of 0 as well. Now after that I will take the body and give the body a font family of sans serif. For the logo should have the width of 18%, position should be absolute, top should be 20%, left should be 40%, text align should be center. You can see the image logo is at the center, Google image. Now for the nav unordered list style should be none. I don't like the dots before them. Float should be right, padding right should be 8%, padding top should be 1.5%, like that. Now nav li for the list items, display should be inline block, padding should be 0 and 10 pixels, like that. Now I will take the anchor and give the anchor a text decoration of none, so that underline should be removed, color should be black, and font size should be 13 pixels, like that. Now I will take the apps. You can see here app ID, give it a width of 2%, position should be absolute, top should be 2.3%, right should be 5%, like that. You can see on the top right. Basically I will show you. Taking next ID of user, width of 2.5%, position should be absolute, top should be 2%, right should be 1%. On the top right you can see both of them. Now the apps, there were two basically apps and one for the user. Last one, now let's take the search box ID, give it a display of block. You can see here search box ID. After that give it a position of absolute, top should be 37%, left should be 31%, width should be 30%, height should be 6%, border should be 1 pixel, solid RGB of 204, 201, 201, border radius should be 25 pixel, padding should be 0 and 50 pixel, outline should be none, transition should be 0.3 second, font size should be 16 pixel, like that for the basically for my search box. Now take the ID of search box, and when you hover over it, the box shadow should change to 0, 0, 10 pixel and RGB of 0, 0, 0 and opacity of 0.3, like this. You can see how I have given the box shadow to it. Now taking the ID of search button, you can see I am now taking the submit button. Basically there are two buttons, I will use both of them, giving it a display of block, position should be absolute, top should be 47%, left should be 50%, border should be none, width should be 8.3%, height should be 5%, background should be RGB of 248, 244, 244, like that. You can see the Google search button over there. I will copy this lucky search button and I will give it a display of block again. Position should be absolute again. top should be 47%, left should be 50%, border should be none, width should be 8.3%, height should be 5%, and background should be RGB of 248, 244, 244. Okay, I think I need to change its thumb left value. Just change this to 40, 40.6. Now you will get both of these buttons. Now I will take the search icon or ID and take the width of 2%. Position should be absolute. Top should be 38.5%. Length left should be 31.8%. And now Z index of 1, basically for the Google icon, search icon. You can see the search icon inside that. Okay. Now taking the mic ID, giving it a width of 1.2%. Position should be absolute. Top should be 38.4%. Left should be 65.5%. We will change the values if something not match. Z index should be 1, like this. Okay, now I think I need to change the left to 67%. Okay, now I think maybe 66. Now it looks good. Now taking the footer, giving it a position of absolute. Bottom should be 0. Background should be RGB 238, 237, 237. Width should be 100%. Color should be RGB of 119, 118, 118. Font size should be 15 pixel, like this. Now the footer is at the bottom. Now we're taking this line, basically taking the class of line, giving it a display of block, giving it a border top of 1 pixel solid, and RGB of 209, 207, 207. Now taking the footer and div, text decoration should be none. Color should be RGB of 119, 118, 118. Basically for the footer color div. Unordered list 1 and anchor tags, giving it a text decoration of none. Color should be RGB of 119, 118, 118. Not changing all the colors. Now I will copy and paste it. Change this to LI. Remove this, giving it a display of inline block, or maybe inline. Float should be left. Padding should be 15 pixel, like this. Now I will take the unordered list 2 and taking the LIs again, display of inline again. Float should be right this time, and padding should be 15 pixels. You can see them on the right. Now we are almost done, just taking the unordered list 1, giving it a padding list of 20 pixel, and taking the unordered list of 2, giving it a padding or height of 20 pixels again. Now I'll show you how this works. Just simply take the unordered list 1 and give it a hover effect as well, and give it a text decoration of underline whenever we hover over it, and paste it and do the same for both of them. Now you can see how they hover. Okay, now just simply copy it. Oh, it's working. Now let's try Facebook and I'll show you its bugs. and you can see how it's working. I hope you like it. I did it with using HTML and CSS. Subscribe to the channel.